Hi all, this is a final year project zeroth review. We have done on the domain IoT and on the title Smart Neonates Isolette. We, the team of three, myself Thangathamarai, Thirsha and Vanitha, worked under the guidance of Mrs. Papita Muthu ma'am. Here I go with my project. A little bit of heaven sent down to earth. They are babies. They face so many troubles from their first breath and have many complications like breathing trouble, heart problem, brain problems, temperature control problems. Here, the major threat they face is hypothermia. Hypothermia is a medical emergency that occurs when your body loses heat faster than it can produce heat, causing a dangerous low body temperature. Normally, body temperature is around 98.6 Fahrenheit, about 37 degrees Celsius. These are commonly low in babies as they are introduced newly to the earth. The Neonatal Intense Care Unit (NICU) is intended to give a climate that limits weight on the newborn child and addresses fundamental issues of warmth, nourishment, care and insurance to guarantee legitimate development and improvement. In such cases, babies must be kept either stifled or half exposed in hatcheries, commonly called as incubator. Hypothermia is one of the essential parts of child mortality. It is of two types, that's increase or decrease in temperature. Incubation centers are attracting energy from the restorative cooling. They are glass and metal cases warmed to certain humid and in which enough air is admitted to take care of life until the point of such time as an infant is sufficiently strong for humidity of room. The NICU control is crucial. The incubator, which is used to keep the infant warm, is an ensured isolate territory in which normal condition can be controlled at levels perfect for improvement and metabolic reactions to give baby real thought. Incubator is included with clear material and will absolutely envelop infant to keep it warm and to keep up the normal body temperature. Lessons like likelihood of training and limiting water mishaps by keeping up the moisture level. The insulated separated zone helps in giving confirmation since infection is dangerous to inconvenient infants as they are less prone to fight germs that can cause orthotic disorder. Here we have temperature switching in accordance with the surrounding and baby's adaptive temperature. As the temperature is measured and sensed by sensor in the isolate, the warmer and the fans is switched accordingly. Here are some surveys made. In the year 2010, Meckel and al. Abstracted that enormously variable, unfavorable and low birth weight infants from whom hypothermia on admission to the neonatal crisis unit is a self-rolling pedal factor for death in made countries and principles recommended for drying babies, putting them under splendid warmth and using tops to check hypothermia, resulted in wearing newborn child's kits in near and clear polythene packs are preferred, but they gives a crisis like clotting pores in baby's epidermal layer and initiates the threat to cancer, but still they maintain temperature. Next, on the year 2012, Health Informatics Center of Malaysia has abstracted that environmental setup to satisfy the required insights of neonates resulted in the idea to create incubator and monitor the newborns. In the year 2014, the team of four with the lead of Dr. Jagadish has abstracted that the heat is checked and induced through lamps and warmer bulbs in incubators, but it resulted in only the heat is checked and provided, not the fan. It gave rise to strawberry skins on neonates. In the year 2016, BE-CSE and al. has abstracted that fitting actuators to set and maintain temperature. It also resulted in with 20-volt low-powered supply fans and warmer lamps which don't harm newborns and switches the temperature. Maintains the newborn's temperature on the crib. Here is the problem identification. Premature infants are exceptionally touchy and more often that do not endure with hypothermia and hyperthermia. A substantial number of newborn children in the certain scenes kick the bucket because of rashes inconveniences emerging due to non-accessibility of infant incubators. These deaths are frequently caused because of warmth misfortunes and patchetness as the rashly conserved children can't direct the temperature as the temperature of earth changes. This can be anticipated by restorative consideration with the assistance of hatcheries. Availabilities in infant incubators suffers from following two problems. The first one is as they are costly and cannot be afforded in rural areas. And secondly, the major problem arises is they are prone to electrical short circuits. Objectives. In this proposed framework, DHT11 sensor is utilized to detect muciness and temperature of the hatchery, and warming components and cooling fans are utilized to control ideal temperature inside the hatchery by detecting DHT11 sensor. Battery segments is utilized to give control supply to the framework. Heartbeat and breath sensors are also added to the screen to screen the heart and breathing rate. Status of these rates are displayed in the LCD and sent to server with IoT. This framework is associated by means of Wi-Fi, so a specialist can screen and control encompassing temperature from the place. Also, the wireless Bluetooth medium is utilized to monitor the rates in your handy mobiles. This is the system architecture flowchart. The incubator, which is called as Isolette, is filled with temperature sensor, thermostat, heat source, operator interface and airflow in it. The infant is kept inside the incubator, which are covered by the airflow. The airflow that contains heat is detected by the temperature sensor and given to the thermostat. The thermostat, which is the inducer of the heat source, gets information from the operator interface that are maintained by the staffs in charge. They are nurses or doctors. They get the feedback from the operator interface according to the child's indexes and the air quality in the incubator, which are sent to the heat sources. Here it is a warmer and the heat is produced from the heat sources and given into the air to maintain the warmth of child in the crib. Here comes the overall architectural view. The main thing is humidifier. The air content which lacks in moisture is given only by the humidifier. When the temperature is high, the fan is turned on. When the coolness is high, the warmer is turned on. The switching takes place in nebulizer. This is controlled by the system. These systems get information from the measurement that are fed into the system. The temperature sensor senses and gets information from the system and updates to the actuators. Here, the actuators are fan and warmer. These conditions that contains evaporation and so many heart rates, then the respiration rate are monitored in this area accordingly, and they are displayed in the system or in the LCD that are displayed out. Our project modules cover both hardware and software specification. Firstly, the hardware specification that are microcontroller, that is Arduino UNO, module, Bluetooth, LCD, temperature sensors of DHT11, fan of 5 volt, humidifier, that is piezoelectric, relay, buzzer to eject the response, and power sources of 12 volt and at times batteries that are used when the power cuts or lack of power supplies are occurred, and other sensors like respiratory sensor, heart rate sensor. Also the software specifications like Arduino IDE, Proteus for the diagrams, and languages that is used is C. Novelty of our project. We have supervised with the smart sensing technologies like switching of temperature accordance with the temperature of the child and the surrounding air temperature that are monitored and switched. Also, adjustable environmental controls, non-intrusive monitoring, innovative and safe material design, integration with telemedicine, incubator design for kangaroo care, growth monitoring system, noise and light reduction. These modules can be viewed both with LCD display and with the wireless Bluetooth display on our handy mobiles. The major things are sensing and activating, that are monitoring module and displaying medium or module. Here, the respiration rate, neonate's heart rate, body temperature, surrounding temperature that are sensed and comes under sensing medium. These indices are monitored and displayed. It's a project's updation area. Also, the medium that are displayed with Bluetooth on our mobile, buzzer and LCD. Modern tools used are heartbeat sensor and respiration sensor, which are not so hyped in the market. These sensor monitors and detects the heart rate and respiration rate of the neonates and senses the rate and give it to the sensors and activators that should activate accordingly. It activates accordance with the indices that are required by the neonates in the incubator. Also the DHT level sensor which monitors the temperature and updates. Controlling system that is Arduino which controls the entire system. Output system that is LCD, Bluetooth and LCD gives the data to the system that gets and stores the data in the system and DBS. Fan and warmers are the activators that also plays the major role in this project. Here are some reference papers and links for this project's improvisation. Of McCall et al., the Ministry of Health Malaysia, Jagdish and Co., Bishwas and et al. They gave us so much of ideas to improvise in our project. This is the summary of our project Smart Neonates Isolette. Thank you.